Welcome to Sum It Up, where I take this time to sum up my sermon from this past Sunday. We've been in a series called Kingdom Treasures, and we've talked about some of the kingdom parables of Jesus. And on this 20th day of March, I'm going to tell you about my sermon from March 17th. Kingdom treasure, the kingdom is a seed. We talked about how the kingdom of God is like a small seed that grows into a great shrub, bush, tree, a mustard plant. Tiny, tiny, tiny mustard seed becomes a plant large enough for trees to perch in. I think that was a very important message for Jesus' followers in the days in which there weren't a whole lot of them. I mean, and even on those hillsides, sometimes those meals got rather large, but when you look at the crowd that followed Jesus around and was hanging with him most of the time, it was a small number of people in comparison to the vast amount of people who lived in Palestine during the time. And Jesus wanted to let them know that, you know what, in the kingdom of God, small things can make a big difference. Now, he goes on to tell another parable about farming, the parable of the soils, hard soil, rocky soil, thorny soil, good soil. I've said this many times before, is Jesus spoke to people who were agrarian, who grew things. They understood the importance of preparing the soil. See, part of this parable is something that just makes sense to people who are farmers. You don't plant on the hard soil. You don't plant on the rocky soil. You don't plant on the thorny soil. You know what you do? You prepare those soils and you make them good soil. You till it, plow it, remove the rocks, remove the thorns, and then you plant the seed. Now, how does this have application to us today? I think primarily it has application in that as the seed is the gospel, the good news that goes out. I think Jesus would have us to remember that you got to prepare the soil. In other words, just broadcasting, just scattering the seed wherever it might go is a fine way to do it. And because you get 160 or 30 times your return, you can get a decent return at that. But I think if you follow the logic of Jesus' story, is you would want to put the seed in the good soil because you know then you're going to have a return. If you put it in the hard, rocky, or thorny soil, you're not going to get any return. So what are you doing to prepare the soil of people's hearts that you want to share the gospel with? Just think about that for a moment. What are the things you might consider doing to prepare that soil? Have a wonderful day. God bless. See you on Palm Sunday, this next Sunday. We'll finish the Kingdom Treasure sermon series. Have a wonderful day. God bless.